Hello everyone, Derek's Damn Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. If I sound a little off today, all I can say is I've been sick for like the past couple of weeks. Though I was getting better during a couple of the last figure reviews I did. I don't know what it was. I walked home in the rain from work and now I can barely hear out my right ear, etc. I'm having a fun time with whatever sickness I'm dealing with. But yeah, why don't we stop our yapping? I'd say let's take a look at the figure inside the box, but you know what? This one's a loose one today. Very, very excited for this loose figure too. Hopefully I can get this opened up on camera. And I know normally I would have a different playlist going as far as the music goes, but sadly I got copyright struck on one of the last ones. I mean, go figure. I kind of expected I would, but for how long I wasn't getting copyright struck using that music, I'm honestly shocked I now just got a copyright strike. Anywho, doesn't really matter. We've got the figure out of the envelope. We've got the figure out of its little bubble wrap casing. Definitely handled with care, I'd say. Taking a little gander at it off camera. Damn, this is actually fucking mint condition. I don't see really much wrong with this. Maybe a little chip in the hair, but we'll get into that. As you guys can see, we've got the NXT Elite Austin Aries, and what a figure to actually have. Now, I don't have all the accessories that go with this, as I thought my cat was fucking with the bubble wrap or something. I thought I heard it. Maybe I heard wrong. Might be. But I don't have his little entrance cape thing that comes with this figure technically. But I also didn't really care too much to get that. Just looking at this figure, it's nice to actually have this in person. Being a big Austin Aries fan, I loved his NXT run. This is definitely one of my more favorite attires of his during WWE. Just love the red, the blue, the black. It's got the small knee pads. Unlike most of the time, he's actually got the two right feet, and I say that because the last time I bought off Mary Cart, the seller sold me a Pac with two left feet, if I recall. Yeah, if you know, you know. Because I actually had to fix that Pac up and swap different kick pads on it, so now it completely looks different. It's whatever though, I kind of like the way it looks. But yeah, with that being said, let's take a quick gander at this head sculpt now, shall we? I say this looks pretty damn good for Austin Aries. As I mentioned, there's a little chip in the hair, but not too much for me to care. Worst case scenario, I could just take some black paint and fix that up if I really wanted to. Not gonna though. The rest of it looks really damn good. He's got the arm sleeve with his signature arm tattoo. Always wondered what the fuck that was, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Sorry for my French. Got the little wrist tape there. Going back into the designs, he's got Aries on his ass. Of course, that's his wrestling name. He got the little blue sock thingies underneath the kick pads, and just from there, fairly simple, unique attire, I'd say. It's not the most out there Austin Aries attire, but it's definitely one of the more better, simplistic looking attires. Now, of course, with this being the old formula, sadly, he is just single jointed armed, but not the biggest ordeal in my opinion. Worst case scenario, maybe I'll find another open hand to put into this side just so I can use it a bit more sparingly. But yeah, all the rest of the articulation seems to work fairly well. The double joints in the knees are working nice. I would test out the kick pad ankle bend and shit, but we're not gonna do that. He does have some pretty nice upper thigh cut if I can get the other leg to move too. Yep. Got nice waist swivel. It actually moves. Got abdomen crunch. The arms move beautifully, butterly smooth, or whatever the hell the catchphrase is. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, with all that being said though, why don't we get them posed up and we can just kind of say our final thoughts now, shall we? Kind of just hope the pose holds. If not, we'll see a live action brainbuster as I give my final thoughts on this Austin Aries. You know, honestly, for holding off so long on getting this figure, don't know why I did. Probably because I couldn't find one for a price I was willing to pay, especially with all the accessories, etc. I didn't necessarily need it mock because, as you guys know, I'm not the biggest mock collector. I've got like 2 figures that are in the package right now as we speak. And technically I've opened them up so they're not like fully mock. They've been kind of open to make sure that the figure on the inside was actually still like good and not just meh. So like my Solo, for instance, definitely never opening that again. But yeah, anywho, my final thoughts on this Austin Aries. After such a long wait, what would I rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, kind of considering like the older articulation and stuff of that nature? I'd have to give this a good solid 7 out of 10. Now, of course, on my end, if I had the accessory, that'd be pretty nice, but we're not counting that in here. It's just, the figure itself is just so smooth. It poses around nice. The head scan looks perfect in my opinion. The only things I feel like really bring it down is just knowing that this is the only Austin Aries Elite we'll ever get, unless he just miraculously comes back to WWE, which I don't ever see. And if he does, honestly, I'm not hating on it. But if he does, maybe we'll get some more Austin Aries attires. But for this being the one and only, we could have gotten maybe like his Mania attire or something of that nature, but it's kind of just whatever there. It's a good solid 7 out of 10. I do still love the attire, just wish maybe we could have gotten a little bit more. Maybe we could have gotten the Mania attire where he didn't he wear like all silver against Pac in the Battle Royal, and the Cruiserweight pre-show match? Not exactly too sure, but with that being said, if we're gonna do a 5-star Meltzer rating, what would we give that? Because, you know, we all love our Mark Meltzer. I don't know. I said a good solid 7, so I guess we could say a good solid 3 out of 5 for the figure. I would love to say a good solid maybe 3.2 or whatever, but I feel like a good solid 3 works well enough. Not the most over the top figure, but still not a bad figure nonetheless. Now, if you can find this for a decent price, I definitely recommend it. If you can find it for a pretty expensive price mock, maybe that's all up to you, but still not a bad figure. I'd say it's definitely worth the price. It's one of those more rare instances. And for me, it was definitely a rare find to find this for like 15, 16 bucks on MerryCart. I was like, damn, I kind of have to pick that up now. Like, there's no excuse. Like, that's the perfect price range. Yeah, it didn't come with the coat or the cape. Whatever. Who cares? At the end of the day, I had to have it. So, with that being said, we do have another action figure review left to go. I'm not going to do that in this video, obviously, but with that being said, if you liked the video, feel free to like the video. If you didn't like the video, man, that's alright. But if you did like the video, feel free to check out some of the other content. I know I was a little shittily doing the outros the past few videos, but we've got action figure reviews, we've got pick fed content, sometimes we've got unboxing content as well. Whatever your flavor of the month is, I guess you could say, feel free to go check it out. We just finished the Absolute Carnage pay-per-view show. Super excited for how that turned out. definitely recommend you guys go watch. Especially the main event had a really big return in it. If you haven't watched the little clip of that already, because I did kind of separate the segment there. So the return is fully in its own clip just because I feel like it would do really good numbers. And if you're not really into Cody versus Seth for the main event, at least you can check out the main event segment. I know I kind of just went on a little rambling tangent there, so my bad. But if you guys could do that, feel free to. It would be a big help as far as the views and stuff of that nature goes. Speaking of that, though, if you also would like to be a kind soul and help out, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're currently sitting at 197. We were sitting at 198, but I don't know. Somebody must not have liked how long I was taking the post videos or whatever. Anywho, don't really care. Whatever. They'll come back, maybe they won't. We're at 197 though, so share this around with your friends, share this around with your family, share this around with your dog, your cat, your goldfish, whatever fucking pet you have. It could be an iguana, a bearded dragon. We consider all pets here. If they got a channel, you know, sign them up. Let's get them up on here. We're trying to hit 200, 3 more away. We really are not that far, and I can guarantee those 3 people who are going to subscribe at some point, whether it's this video or other videos, currently are watching and just aren't subscribed. Because a lot of you guys, you guys aren't subscribed that continue to come back and watch and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys like what you see, feel free to subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe. And now that I'm done rambling about getting a subscription or 2, I think we can end this video because I can barely hear out of my right ear. So to be honest, it's going to be fun watching this back and hoping I at least said that in a not so fucking annoying way. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for, tuning in this long. We are out of here. Have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever the case may be, because I'm not in your time zone, nor do I want to be. Deuces, ooses, and he hits the brain buster.